Aloha and welcome to yoga this morning. This is a Vinyasa all levels yoga class. My name is Katie and I'll be guiding you through your flow today. So today all you'll need is your mat. If you like to practice with blocks, you can go ahead and grab those now. Otherwise, we're going to get started in a seated position with our knees down and sitting back on our heels. So we're going to have our palms of our hand facing down on our thighs and just a nice comfortable seat. So as you come into this posture, close your eyes and just begin to feel your shins press in towards the mat. As you take a slight tuck of your tailbone, pull your lower belly in, and just begin to align the spine. Feel each vertebrae stack one on top of the next. Let your shoulders peel back so you're opening through your chest. Maybe even kind of roll them side to side. Circle them out. And then reach up through the crown of your head. And let's take a few head and neck circles. So just dip your chin towards your chest, right ear, right shoulder. Drop your head back, left ear, left shoulder. And then switch directions. Left ear, left shoulder. Drop your head back, right ear, right shoulder. And back through center. You can take that either side, 1 to 2 more big circles. And take them at your own pace. If you like to pause at any point, maybe through the sides of the necks, or the back or the front, allow yourself to do so. On your next breath, we'll meet, crown of the head extends towards the sky and just lengthen up high, sit up tall. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. We'll exhale out the mouth. So big breath in. And exhale out. Audible exhale. And let's settle in here. Take that scan of the body mentally. Just notice where you're at in this moment. Check in with the mind, notice where you're at there. And if you have all that excess chit-chat going on in the brain, just take a moment to unpack all of that and leave it at the door. Allow this space to be about clearing the mind, focusing on your breath, centering here on the present moment. So let's begin our inhales in through our nose. Fill to the base of your belly. And as you exhale out through your nose, feel your belly retract back towards your spine. Good, big breath in, fill the belly. Exhale out, let it release. Good, create that gentle constriction in the back of the throat as you inhale in. Listen to that oceanic sound in the back of your throat. And as you exhale, that same gentle constriction, belly retracts back towards your spine, smooth exhale out. Let's take 2 more just like that, big breath in. Exhale it out. Last one here, inhale. And exhale out. So on your next inhale, just flutter those eyelids open. Take your gaze out in front of your knees. As you shift forward, take your palms out in front of your knees and just shift so that you can tuck your toes behind you. Sit back onto your heels. So you can keep your hands right in front of your knees as you stretch through the arches of your feet. If you want more here, you can take your hands back onto the tops of your thighs. If you want even more, you can reach back, take your hands back behind your feet and feel a stretch deep into those feet, shoulders back. Wherever you are, you're sitting tall, reaching your heart forward. Even if you're leaning forward, you're pressing forward with your heart. You should feel this deep in the soles of the feet, through the toes, maybe even a little bit into those calves and ankles. Take one more breath here, wherever you are. Good, and now release those toes, untuck, sit back onto your heels. Let's inhale, reach our arms up to the sky, extend up high. As you exhale, take your right arm down by your side, reach over to the right, roll your left shoulder back, look up. So you feel a nice stretch through that left lat. Pull your lower belly in, look up. Good, inhale, both arms rise back up to the sky, reach it up high. Take your left hand down to the earth, reach over to the left, roll your right shoulder back, pull your lower belly in. Feel your hips press down, lengthening through that right side. Good, inhale, reach both arms up to the sky, look up high. Now as you exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back, take a baby back bend, stretch through your chest, squeeze through your shoulder blades. Inhale, reach your arms up high, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, take your hands out in front of you, tabletop pose. So let your shoulders come right over your wrists, hips are over your knees. Gaze down between your thumbs. Press down into your hands. Take your inhale, cow pose. Shoulders back, tailbone high. Look up. Exhale, curl back up and in. Cat pose. Tuck your chin. Deep breath in. Shoulders back, tailbone high. Undulate through your spine with your breath. So as you exhale, curl it back up and in. Tuck your chin. Inhale, open your heart forward, roll those shoulders back. Good, one more round like that. Curl up and in. Nice, big breath opens your heart, shoulders back. Last cat pose, curl up and in, press the mat away, tuck your chin. And then come right back into a neutral spine. Gaze down between the thumbs. Take an inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky, roll your right shoulder back, look up. As you exhale, thread the needle, let that right arm slide right underneath, right shoulder to the earth. Bend your left elbow. Hips press back evenly so you feel a nice stretch through the low back. Relax your head and neck here. If you want more in those shoulders, the left arm can reach up to the sky, and then maybe even tuck behind the back or on the front of that right hip. Deep breath here. And then inhale, left arm, reach it up to the sky. Lower that left hand down to the earth. Big breath in, right arm reaches up, roll your right shoulder back, spiral open. And we'll meet in tabletop position. Gaze down between the thumbs. Take an inhale, left arm, reach it up to the sky. Roll your left shoulder back, look up. And then exhale, thread that left arm through. Let your left shoulder come down to the earth. Press your hips back evenly. Take a deep bend in your right elbow. Maybe if you did so on the other side, you can take your right arm up to the sky and then reach it behind your back around the front of your left hip. Feel a nice twist through the spine. Hips evenly pressing back. Good, right arm reaches up to the sky. Lower your right hand down, big breath in, reach that left arm all the way up, spiral open. And lower that left hand down to the earth into your tabletop position. Gaze down between your thumbs, spread your fingers wide. Tuck your toes behind you. Press your hips back towards your heels. So just pause here, stretching through the feet again. Spread your fingers wide, look forward. As you press in towards your palms, begin to lift your knees up off the mat, come into a crouch-like position. Gaze forward, take a breath in. Now as you exhale, feel your hips lift up high through a downward dog, but we're gonna flow through that crouch. So next inhale, knees hover over your mat, press your hips back towards your heels. Exhale, lift your hips high, gaze between your feet. Good, one more time, knees bend, hover into your crouch, big breath in. Exhale, hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. So for your first downward dog, you can pedal your feet side to side, bend one knee and then the other. You can shake your head out, yes and no. Just get some nice gentle movement, maybe even roll over the toes each side, kind of coming onto the top of your foot, and then roll over the toes, the heels press down to the mat, working into the feet and the calves. Once you come into stillness in your downward dog, hands are shoulders width, feet are hips width. Let's lift our hips up high and then turn your heels towards the right. So you want to turn them all the way to the right. So you're dipping your hips down towards the right, towards your mat. Inhale back through center, hips high. Exhale, dip your heels to the left. So you're dipping your hips all the way to the left. You should feel a nice stretch through that right side waist. Good. Inhale back through center, hips up high. Exhale, settle in. Now as you take your next inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Feel your hips lift up, ground through those palms. Look forward, bend your knees, and begin to tiptoe those feet up to the top of your mat. And take your feet all the way up until you reach between your wrists. Good. Inhale, let's lengthen halfway up lift. So take your fingertips, graze your shins, flat spine. Exhale, curl back in, forward fold. Let your knees bend slightly. Take a hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll arms. Relax your head and neck here, and you can sway side to side if that feels right. Let your head and neck feel heavy. Let the backs of the legs elongate, but keep your knees soft or even deeply bent, depending on how open the low back feels this morning. Let's hang out here for another breath. Just feel the weight of your spine, lengthening the vertebrae. Good, let's come back through center. Release your hands down. Bend your knees deep, tuck your chin towards your chest. Feel groundedness through those heels as you begin to unravel your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll come all the way up, head and neck comes up last, shoulders shrug up towards your ears, and open down your back, palms face forward, coming into Tadasana pose, equal standing. So keep your feet right underneath your hips, slight softness through the knees, slight tuck of your tailbone. Feel your low belly pull in, lift up through your heart, lower ribs pull in. So your palms are facing forward so that you're opening your shoulders back. Keep that nice groundedness through your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, right arm down by your side, reach over to the right, roll your left shoulder back. Inhale, back through center, arms reach up. Exhale, left arm down, reach over to the left. Inhale, back through center, arms up to the sky. Exhale, baby back bend. Bend those elbows, lift through your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, soften your knees, swan dive forward. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, flat spine. As you exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. So for your first high plank, feel your hips in line with your shoulders, ground through those palms, puff up through your thoracic spine. Engage your core. Press back through your heels. Take a big breath in. Now as you exhale, just take your knees down to the mat. Walk your hands forward for puppy dog pose. Hips high to the sky, heart melts to your mat. Gazing forward, feel your hips lift up as your chest presses down. Next inhale, shift onto your forearms, slide your knees back for Sphinx pose. So your elbows are just slightly in front of your shoulders. Lift your heart, shoulders back, press your chest forward. And let's take a gentle dip of our left shoulder down towards the mat as you look to the right. Come back through center. Exhale the opposite side. So just dip your right shoulder down, look to the left. Inhale back through center, lift through your heart. Exhale, lower your chest down, tent your hands to the outside of your mat. Begin to roll one shoulder back at a time, circle into your free flowing cobra. If you want to move right into a nice quad stretch right away, you can bend one knee, maybe the other, maybe even both, and kind of look back towards the toes, twist through the spine. You can even just stay low, circling it out, just getting into those shoulders, especially if you are practicing this morning. It's probably the first time you've done this pose, maybe even all week. Okay, let's come back through center. Hands right under your shoulders. Point your elbows back, squeeze through your shoulder blades. Take an inhale, lift your heart, cobra pose. Good. Tuck your toes behind you, press your hips back towards your heels, and then lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in, and full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or even hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold back over your legs, relax your head and neck. Bend your knees deeply, tuck your chin. Let's unravel the spine all the way up to standing ground through those heels. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and open down the back. Tadasana pose. Inhale, reach your arms up high, look up, lengthen. Exhale, right arm down by your side, reach over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, left arm down, reach over to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, bend those elbows, baby back bend. Inhale, reach high to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward, soften those knees all the way down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant those palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Take one breath here. Exhale, knees to the mat. Walk your hands forward, melt your heart down towards the earth. Inhale, shift forward onto your forearms, slide your knees back, pull your heart through, Sphinx pose. Lower your chest down, tent your hands to the outside of your mat, elbows high and outside as you slowly take your time, rolling up, circle it out, maybe bend those knees, look back. Nice, let's come back through center. Hands right under your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips to your heels. Lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in, and full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Take your feet together. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Place the weight in your heels as you bend your knees deeply. Swoop your arms up to the sky. Utkatasana chair pose. Nice, so take a slight tuck of that tailbone. Beautiful, nice adjustment. Sit down a little bit lower into those heels. Feel the weight pull back, relax those shoulders even though you're reaching up through your arms. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to the earth, hips high, fold it in. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Take a breath in. Now your choice, chaturanga full or on your knees. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, scoop it through. Lengthen your arms, upward facing dog. If your arms are long, lift your thighs. Engage your legs. Nice. Now as you exhale, roll back through your toes, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Now as you inhale, reach your right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, stack your hips open. As you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. And we're gonna take our right leg, cross it over the front of the left. So you're getting a nice calf stretch here. So that right calf will be pressing in towards your left shin. You should feel a nice deep stretch in the back of that left calf, all the way to the ankle. Good, feel your hips press high. Now let's inhale, hug our right knee towards our chest and extend that right leg back up to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down. Good, coming into our low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. Press into that right foot. Square your hips forward. Lift through your chest, shoulders relax down your back. Good, pull that lower belly up and in. Big breath in, look up to the sky. Now as you exhale, open your arms like wings, drop your shoulders down your back, look up. Good, let those hips sink low. Big breath in, reach your arms up high. Exhale, take your hands to the earth, shift your hips back, flex your right foot, take a breath in, lengthen your heart towards your toes. Exhale, maybe you fold in a little bit closer towards that right leg. Good, inhale, shift forward onto your right foot, tuck your back toes. Right leg, reach it all the way up to the sky through downward dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Big breath in. And exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Switching sides, big breath in, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee, stack your hips open. As you exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. And then take that left leg, cross it over the front of your right. So your left calf will press in towards your right shin. You'll feel a nice length through that right calf all the way into the ankle. Press your hips high, feel that nice stretch. And then on your next inhale, left knee comes towards your chest, all the way back up to the sky, open out. Exhale, hug your left knee in, place your left foot to the top of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Ground in towards that left foot. Inhale, low lunge. Square your hips forward. Relax through your shoulders. Get deep into that front knee while still keeping a nice tuck of the tailbone. Good. Keep those shoulders relaxed, but extend up through the fingertips. Big breath in. Now as you exhale, open your arms like wings. Let your shoulders drop down your back. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, take your hands down to the earth. Shift your hips back, flex your left foot. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, maybe you crawl in a little bit deeper towards that left leg. Half splits. Inhale, shift forward into your low lunge. Tuck your right toes, left leg, send it straight up to three-legged dog. Reach it high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold back in, feet together, bend your knees deeply, swoop your arms to the sky, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, take your hands down to the earth, bend your knees, tuck and curl, forehead towards your knees. Feel length through the back of your spine. Alright, so you should feel a nice stretch through those ankles, the calves. Lower your heels down, inhale, lengthen just halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Inhale in. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or even cobra. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel those hips lift up high, big breath. Exhale, release. Let's do that flow one more time. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. Now as you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Take your right leg, cross it over the left, lift your hips high. Good. Inhale, take your right knee back towards your chest. Extend your right leg high. Exhale, hug your right knee in, place it to the top of your mat, lower your back knee down, big breath in, lift your arms up high, low lunge. Exhale, open your arms like wings, drop your shoulders down your back. Inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth, shift your hips back, flex your right foot, half splits. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Now listen, we're going to take our left hand down, right arm to the sky, twist open, roll your right shoulder back. Good. Drop your right hip down. Stay here for one more breath. Now as you exhale, lower your right hand down, shift forward, tuck your back toes. Just take your right leg all the way up to the sky. Big breath in, reach it high. Exhale, lower that right foot down to meet the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's take that left leg to the sky, bend your left knee, stack your hips open. Exhale, hug your left knee in towards your chest, cross your left leg over your right, feel that nice calf and ankle stretch. And then take your left knee back towards your chest. Extend that left leg to the sky, reach it high. Exhale, hug your left knee in, place it to the top of your mat, lower your right knee down. Inhale, lift through your arms, low lunge. Exhale, open your arms like wings, back bend. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands to the earth, hips press back, lengthen that left leg, fold towards your left leg, flex that left foot. Now listen as you inhale and lengthen halfway, right hand stays down, left arm to the sky, exhale, twist open. Drop that left hip down. Take another breath here, feel that length through the outer left hip. Good, let's exhale, lower the left hand down to the earth. Shift forward, tuck your back toes, big breath in, left leg to the sky, bend your left knee, stack it open. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Full round of breath, inhale in. Exhale it out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or even hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold in, feet together, bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, take your hands to the earth, hips high, fold in. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. As you exhale, bend your knees, lift your heels up off the mat, come into that crouch. Forehead towards your knees, lengthen through the back of the neck. If you want a little bit of a balance challenge, you can even grab a hold of your knees and squeeze through your shins. Nice. Deep breath in. Release your hands to the earth. Lower your heels, hips high, fold in. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop your feet back, lower down to your Vinyasa. So exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's take an inhale, reach your right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, stack it open. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest and cross that right leg over the left, hips high. Inhale, right knee to the chest, extend your right leg back up to the sky, bend your knee. Exhale, hug your knee towards your chest, place your right foot to the top of your mat, lower your left knee. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Now as you exhale, hands come behind your back, interlace your fingers, open your heart, deeper back bend, lift through the chest, sink your hips low, look up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward, take your hands down to the earth, shift your hips back, flex your right foot, forward fold in towards your right leg. Good, inhale, lengthen halfway, left hand stays down. Exhale, right arm to the sky, roll your right shoulder back. Now listen, inhale, right hand down, shift forward, ground into your right foot, tuck your back toes. Lift your left leg all the way up to the sky, fold in towards your right leg for standing splits. Good, so ground into that right foot. Maybe you walk your hands close towards that right ankle as you reach your left leg high. Relax your head and neck, big breath in. Good, now as you exhale, just step that left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Right foot reaches all the way up to the sky through three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. And we'll all meet in downward dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky, bend your left knee, stack open. Exhale, hug your left knee in, cross your left leg over the right, hips high to the sky. Inhale, knee to chest, take that left leg back up to the sky, open out. Exhale, hug your left knee in, place the left foot to the top of your mat, right knee lowers. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands come behind the back, interlace your fingers. Lift your heart deeper, back bend, look up. Good, now as you exhale, hinge forward, hands to the earth, shift your hips back, flex your left foot, fold in, half splits. Inhale, lengthen halfway, right hand to the earth. Exhale, left arm to the sky, roll that left shoulder back. Next inhale, take your left hand down, shift forward, bend your left knee, really ground into that left foot, tuck your right toes, send that right leg to the sky, half standing splits. Good, ground into that left foot. Maybe your hands walk towards that left ankle. Reach your right leg high, relax your head and neck, deep breath. Good, now as you exhale, just take that right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale, left leg to the sky, reach it high, bend your left knee, stack your hips open. And lower left foot down to meet the right, downward dog. Full breath in. And full breath out. Deep breath. Let's take 2 to 3 more rounds of breath here in downward dog. You can also come into child's pose if you prefer. You can even flow through some vinyasas during this little break for our breath, whichever serves your practice. 2 more breaths here. Good, one more, exhale out. Now bend your knees, look forward. We'll all meet at the top of the mat in a forward fold. Good, inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Now as you exhale, let's come into that tuck and curl. So bend your knees, lift your heels up off the mat so you're balancing on the balls of your feet. Good, so you can stay here. You can come into our balance challenge, hugging your forearms around your shins. If you want another choice today, you can take your hands to the right side of your leg. So you want to keep your knees pointing forward, hips width distance. Yeah, good, that's it. Hands come to the other side. Hands are shoulders width distance. So you can stay right here. If you want to play around with side crow or some arm balancing, plant your palms, spread your fingers wide. So you want chaturanga arms. Shift forward, create a shelf with your arms. So you'll notice that my right elbow digs into my right hip. That's kind of like your little training wheels. Bend both elbows, shift forward, and maybe you balance on your palms and lift your toes. You can try it out. If you can see on this side, hands come to the right. Hands are shoulders width distance. Bend your elbows, shift. So you might just be right here kind of playing with that balance and just feeling that length through your side waist. Yeah. Good. Shift onto those palms. Maybe the toes lift up. Good. Take a few more breaths. Try it out. If you fall, it's okay. It's only like 3 or 4 inches from the earth. Good, so if you tried that right side, try your left side. So it'll be the same thing. Hands come to the left side this time. So feel that stretch through the right side waist. We've been doing some side waist and shoulder opening. So as you come over to that left side, you want to hook your triceps in towards the outside of your left leg. Both elbows will bend deeply. Palms are grounded down. Use your elbows as a shelf as you shift forward and lift your toes, maybe up off the earth. It's called side crow. Even if you just hop those toes up a little bit, it's totally fine. Just working into that feeling of lifting your toes up off the earth. Really dig that right tricep to the outside of your left knee. That's the key there. Good, try for a few more breaths, play around. And whenever you're ready, we'll all meet in our tuck and curl at the top of the mat. Good. So slowly lift those hips high, relax your head and neck, take your feet hips width distance, grab a hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll arms, and let's just sway it side to side. Relax your head and neck. Feel your shoulders relax. Good. Release those hands down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. As you exhale, plant your palms, step or hop your feet back. Lower down through your vinyasa. So exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in. Feel your hips lift up high. And exhale. Relax in. Next breath, let's take that right leg to the sky. Inhale it in. Bend your right knee, stack open. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of your mat. Let's inhale for crescent pose this time. So back knee stays lifted. Inhale your arms high. Good. Let's exhale, open, warrior two. Bend deep into your front knee. Ground through those feet. Turn your right palm up to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior, lengthen through that right side waist. Exhale, let's come back through center. Lengthen your right leg. Big breath in, reach forward. Take your right hand to your thigh, your shin, or down on the mat, or even a block. Left arm to the sky, stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Good. So feel a nice opening through those hips, stack your shoulders. Look up to that left thumb, if that's okay, on your head and neck. You want to lengthen your spine, reach your crown of your head forward and your hips back. Big breath in. Now as you exhale, take that left arm, reach it over the crown of the head, stretch it forward. And then release your left hand down to the earth, soften through your right knee, lengthen through your back leg, come into a runner's lunge. Good. Lower your back knee down. Heel toe your right foot out to the outer edge of your mat. Let your right knee open out to the right as you inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back. And as you exhale, maybe you come down onto your forearms if you want more in the hips. So you can stay up on your hands or come to your forearms. Relax your head and neck wherever you are. Let your hips sink low. Deep breath. One more big breath here. Come back up onto your hands if you're not already. And then begin to heel toe your right foot to the center of your mat. Come into your low lunge and begin to shift your hips back, flex your right foot. So we're coming into half splits again. So as you inhale, lengthen your heart forward. And as you exhale, maybe you can walk your hands forward, relax your head and neck. And you can stay right here if you want to get a little bit deeper. You can begin to slide your right heel forward and your left knee back. Keep your hands like pillars on either side of your leg so that you use your arms to lift up and out a little bit, and then maybe you sink in a little bit more. To your degree. You can always stay in that half split, but we've taken a lot, so notice if you can get deeper in this pose. Keep that right foot flexed. Get deep into that right calf. Good. One more breath here. Now let's inhale, shift forward into a low lunge. Make your way out. And begin to heel toe your right foot over to your left wrist. Set up for pigeon pose. So your right knee will lower towards your right wrist. Left leg, reach it back, square your hips forward for pigeon pose. Hands by your sides, take a big breath in, puff through your heart, roll your shoulders back. And as you exhale, begin to walk your hands forward, melt in towards the earth. Relax your head and neck here. If you prefer, you can always thread the needle as well if anything feels a little funky through your right knee. Either way, we're stretching through the piriformis, getting deep into those hips. Stay connected with your breath here. Two more big breaths. As you take your next inhale, take your time. Begin to walk your hands up. Good. Tuck your back toes. Take your right leg, reach it all the way up to the sky through downward dog. You can even circle that right knee out. Take some big hip circles. Get the blood flow back into that right hip socket.
Open your eyes.
Lower your right foot down to meet the left. Come into your downward facing dog. Let's inhale our left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee, stack your hips open. As you exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. So your back knee is lifted. Reach your arms high. Get low in that front knee. Exhale, open it out into warrior two. So you want that left knee to open out, ground through your feet. Get low in those hips. Relax through the shoulders. Left palm turns up to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Good. Exhale, come through center. Lengthen your left leg. Reach your left arm forward. Press your hips back. Left hand comes down onto either your thigh, your shin, or even down on the earth. Wherever you are, you're lengthening your spine forward. Stack your hips and shoulders. Ground through that back foot. Maybe even look up at that right thumb if it's okay on your head and neck. Feel length through your spine. Deep breath here. Stay with it. Now as you inhale, extend your right arm over the crown of your head. Feel length through that right side waist. Reach. Slowly take that right arm to reach down towards the earth as you soften your left knee, spin onto your back toes. Right knee lowers. Good. Heel toe your left foot out to the outside of your mat. Take your hands to the inside of your left foot. Take an inhale, shoulders back, so you can let that left knee just open out. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. Relax your head and neck. Get low into those hips. Deep breath in. Try to relax your head. Try to sink those hips in towards the earth. You can let that left knee fall out. Get deeper into the hip and inner thigh.
I hope it rains.
Good. Now slowly, if you came down, come onto your hands. Walk up, back up onto your palms. Heel toe your left foot to the center of your mat. Shift your hips back, flex your left foot. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. As you exhale, fold towards that left leg. So just like the other side, you can stay in your half splits and maybe you're bowing in a little bit deeper in towards that leg. If you want more, you can always slide your left heel slightly forward, your right knee back, getting just a little bit closer to a full split. But use your hands like pillars of support. So you can kind of press out of the pose and then sink in as you're ready. You can always stay in your half splits as well. Use your breath to dive in closer towards that left leg. Keep a nice flex of that left foot. Square off through those hips. Good.
I hope it rains.
Last full breath here. If you walked that left heel out a little bit more, just slide it back towards your torso. And we'll all meet in a low lunge. So shift forward, bend your left knee. Heel toe that left foot over towards your right wrist. Setting up for pigeon pose, so gently let that left knee come down towards your left wrist. Right leg extends far back behind you. Toes point straight back, hands by your sides. Inhale, lift through your heart. Exhale, crawl in. Maybe on the forearms, maybe on the earth. Stay deeply connected with the breath here. That right hip is melting in towards your left heel. Head and neck relaxes wherever you are. Hands are soft. So often in this pose, we kind of clench a little bit, maybe in our toes, or our hands, or our jaw. So just notice these little spaces and begin to let them go with your breath. Two more breaths here.
You pray for the sunshine, I pray for the rain.
Good. Your next inhale will guide you out of this posture. So hands will walk up towards your hips. Tuck your right toes. Take your left leg all the way up to the sky through downward dog. Let yourself just open your left knee out. Take some big hip circles. Feel the blood flow just come back into your hips. Square your shoulders out. Let it feel good. And then lower your left foot down to meet the right.
I hope it rains.
Downward facing dog.
I wanna
Good. So ground through those palms. Feel your hips lift up high. Now just like we did at the beginning of class, let's begin to sway our hips towards the right. Heels turn to the right.
I wanna hear it roll.
Come back through center and sway to the left. And just do that side to side slowly. Keep your shoulders squared off so you can really feel the lat and the side waist. All the way down through the hamstrings. Take about one more sway to each side. And press those hips back up towards the sky. Tiptoe your feet up about 8 inches closer towards your hands. So you're just taking a short downward dog, feet hips width distance. Take your right hand, reach for the outside of your left ankle. Begin to pull yourself towards your left ankle as you look underneath your left shoulder. So you'll feel your hips press high to the sky, deep stretch in the hamstrings, all the way down to your ankles. Good, let's switch sides. So your right hand, take it back into your downward dog, and your left hand, reach it for the outside of your right ankle this time. So use that left arm to kind of pull yourself in towards the leg. Maybe you look underneath that right shoulder, hips high to the sky, and just feel a nice rotation of the torso. Stretch through the backs of the legs, really deep stretch for those hamstrings. Good. Let's slowly release this. Just tiptoe your feet up to the top of the mat. Take your time, little baby steps. Once you do reach the top of the mat, bend your knees, lift your heels, tuck your chin, curl in towards your legs. You can keep your hands down on the earth or even wrap your forearms around your shins. But we're just going to stay right here, maybe even close your eyes. Feel the backs of the legs curl in, the backs of the ankles lengthen. Feel the neck and the cervical vertebrae lengthen here too as you tuck your chin. Good. Take your time. Hands in front of you. Lower your knees softly down. Sit back onto your heels just like we did at the beginning of class. Hands onto your thighs, shoulders relaxed down your back, stretching through the feet. Deep breath in, close your eyes. Exhale out. Shift your weight forward, untuck your toes, come onto your seat. Extend your legs out long in front of you, flex through your feet. Again, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, hinge forward, hover over your thighs. So you just want to reach all the way out in front of you, extend, and then let go, fold in. Let your forearms relax down by the sides of your legs. Keep your legs engaged, but the upper half of your body is just relaxing in. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Surrender towards your legs. Good. Let's slowly begin to roll up. Take your time. Good. Hands by your sides. Take the soles of your feet to the earth. Shift your hips forward all the way up towards your heels. Arms up by your sides. Use your core to slowly take yourself down towards the earth. Take your time. Hands relax down on the earth. Head and neck relaxes. Extend both legs up to the sky. Wrap your right leg around your left. Bend both knees. So you want to cross at the knees, and you want to bend those legs enough so that your left hand can find your right foot. Right hand finds your left foot. Yep, good. Take your heels closer towards your hips for a little bit more of a stretch. Relax your head and neck down. You should feel this through the outer hips, through the low back. Good. Gently release your feet. Extend both legs to the sky. We're just going to switch sides. So take that left leg over the right. Bend both knees. Reach for the outer blades of your feet. And then pull those heels close towards your hips. Shoulders relax down on the earth. And you should feel that nice stretch through the outer hips, through the low back. Stay with your breath here. And then release your feet. Extend your legs up to the sky. Reach your arms up to the sky. Shoulders relax, hips relax, and just begin to circle your ankles out. Circle your wrists out, side to side. And just get that blood flow to release from the feet, from the hands, down the legs. Allowing fresh oxygen to pump in towards the lungs. Good. Take your knees in towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. Extend your left leg long out in front of you. Hug your right knee in. And then take your right knee over to the left. Right arm out to the right. Twist your spine. Keep those shoulders down on the earth. Keep your breath deep into your low belly. Decompress the lower spine. Good. Inhale back through center. Hug both knees to your chest. Extend your right leg long, hug your left knee in. And take that left knee over to the right, left arm out to the left. Decompress, twist your spine. Keep those shoulders down on the earth. Gaze to the left. Continue deeply breathing in and out through the nose. Fill the belly. Take your time as you come back through center. Hug your knees deep in towards your chest, forehead towards your knees, squeeze up into a tiny little ball. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let everything go. Let your toes drop out, let your palms face up. Close your eyes. Let yourself melt in towards your mat. everything go here. Shavasana. If you have the gift of time and you would like to stay in your Shavasana, please feel free to stay as long as you would like. If you want to meet me in an easy seated position, just begin to reawaken the body by wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, maybe rolling off to one side or the other. Use your hands as eyes to guide you up into an easy seated position in your own time, in your own way. Once you come up into an easy seat, let's just inhale. Keep your eyes closed. Reach your arms up to the sky. Stretch them up long. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pause at the heart, bow your chin. And take a moment here to express gratitude towards all that we have been given in this life. And honor that light that dwells within each and every one of us. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. So thank you for joining me for class this morning. If you are on Zoom with me, feel free to stay and we can chat. If not, you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, let me know what you think. You can also find more information on Katie Marie Yoga at Instagram. So thank you so much for practicing with me this morning, and I hope to see you next time. Aloha.